before we even get started, you was just named the captain today. You know what I'm saying? Like, congratulations on being named the captain. I mean, I know you guys probably take that really, really seriously. Just being named the captain, man. How seriously do you take that? And, just hearing that you are a captain and one of the leaders of the squad, man, like what does that mean to you?
It's awesome, man. I think it's one of the greatest honors you can receive in the sport, to be respected by your peers enough to be voted as one of the leaders, especially on a team where I feel like we got more than plenty of guys that could have potentially been captains as well. So it's a very humbling thing, and I'm very honored by all the guys, and I hope to do them well.
So congrats on that, man. I know
Thanks.
you guys been getting followed around nonstop with the Hard Knocks crew. You got the last episode coming. Just how was that experience as well? Just having Hard Knocks around you guys and, just getting that type of exposure. How was that, man? I feel like you probably could talk a little more now, be yourself, maybe a little more.
For sure, right? Like it was unique. It was, I mean, you're always being watched 24/7. So it was definitely very unique. I mean, us as the O-line, we kind of tried to avoid it as much as possible. And we would, because, that's how O-line kind of tries to stay under the radar. So that's what we kind of did. But I mean, it was fun to like bond and like kind of talk some trash to guys. Like if I ever saw like I was mic'd up, guys would be giving me trash like, oh, you're hot dogging for the camera and so on. If it was Decker or Jonah, and it was cool. I mean, the cool thing was I got Grizzly Man out there for a little bit. That was huge. And Applebee's, that was monumental. So it was very cool. Those were the blessings of it for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So we saw on there, man, you said Applebee's is a top 5 restaurant all time. You got to explain that to me, man. You got a lot of money for you to say Applebee's. Tell me why did you say Applebee's? What you love about Applebee's? Like, I thought that was a pretty funny moment on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, man. So like after high school football games, we would hopefully win, right? And then the whole high school would go to the local Applebee's, and we'd get half apps and kind of just celebrate the win. And that's kind of just how I fell in love with it. And the food's great, man. I mean, the mozzarella sticks are my favorite. The boneless wings, I love the brew pub pretzels and beer cheese dip. And then you can get it if you get half apps. It's like quite the deal, man. So I've been an advocate. I've got like 14 gift cards in my wallet right now. I've been an advocate for a long time.
Do people make fun of you? Like, man, come on now, you got too much money to do that. Like, how is it still just something that feels familiar to you, like you say, just from high school?
Oh, some of these dudes will make funny, but then I mean a lot of the O-line, they love it too. I mean, it's good food. For my wedding, Jonah Jackson, my wedding gift was like $200 in Applebee's gift cards. Pretty sweet.
What was this, man?
This was a couple of years ago, or I guess a year and a half ago now.
And they actually done something for you guys, the O-line as well. I heard they after the preseason game, or they gave you guys all a meal. Like, take me through what Applebee's did for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. They after I made that comment, they reached out to me, and I was able to kind of host the whole line over at my house, and they catered us food. They brought us wings, they brought us burgers, they brought us mozzarella sticks, they brought us the brew pub pretzels and beer cheese dip, and it was good, man. We kind of just hung out. I live over on the lake right now, so we just kind of hung out in the backyard and ate some good apps and enjoyed the good food. It was pretty awesome.
Is that one of the things, like when you think of Hard Knocks and being in the spotlight a little bit, that probably was maybe the last thing on your mind to have these type of opportunities? Like, what did that bring for you guys though in Detroit? A lot of guys aren't getting those type of endorsements or opportunities. So like, what did Hard Knocks bring for you guys? Was it like more exposure, things like this? Like how cool was that side of it as well? Being in the spotlight.
I mean, I think it's definitely, I mean, it gives people an opportunity to show off who they are, give people to show off their brand. And for us, it almost bonded us closer, because on the flip side, we'd be like, oh, there's cameras, avoid this. So we bond kind of like that. But also just like talking and being in front of the camera, we got to learn a couple of the guys' stories and what makes them who they are. So it was great for that platform for sure.
It feels different in Detroit, man. I mean, we keep saying it over and over and over, but like from your perspective, you guys coming into week 1, you guys play the Eagles this week. Like, how different does it feel going, entering this year as opposed to any other year before? Just like, it seems like it's a lot of excitement with you guys.
Yeah, there's definitely a great positive energy. And I think it's not too much positive, right? Like, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got to take her one day at a time and everything, but it's a good, steady, positive energy. And it's a belief it's Detroit versus everybody, you know. And I think this team and Coach Campbell has done a great job of getting everybody to embrace that, and it's been a cool energy entering the season for sure.
For you, man, I mean, you know, we saw last year you was coming off an injury, man. It seems like, you know, your spirit has been back high. How did you, what did you learn about yourself from having a season in the injury like that, being away from the game so long? You know, did you redevelop your passion, or like what did you learn about yourself in that time away, like, you know, about yourself when you go through something like that?
For sure. You definitely gain a lot of respect for people who have consistent injuries throughout their career. It is tough, man. You lose. I mean, you just don't feel part of the team, even though everybody's including you and whatnot. But when you're not out there on that gridiron, you just don't feel like you're part of the team, and it's very hard mentally. And I definitely learned a lot about myself. Just being able to kind of get into a routine and grind and get back to where I am was tough for sure. And then just realize how grateful I am to be able to play this position and be on the field and be now a captain. Like, to be able, like, you really become very grateful for everything you have, you know.
How did the Lions help you in that time, man? How was it? Was it the coaching staff, or how did they help you try to feel, you know, part of the teams? I see even with some of the young guys like Jameson, it's like they keeping them around. They keeping them, you know, keeping their spirits high and everything. But how did they help you throughout the process?
They just allow you to be present, right? Like, a lot of there. I mean, there's plenty of situations where you could just go on IR or whatnot, or PUP or whatever example it is, right? And you could just get treatment and leave the building. But for me, they allowed me to come to meetings. They allowed me to travel to a couple of games. They allowed me to be on the sideline before the game. And then I had a consistent workout routine with Josh Schuler and Mo Henry. Those two guys were incredible for my rehab, just being able to talk ball and being able to hang out and be in the building, whether I was not necessarily on the practice field or whatnot, but I was still grinding, I guess.
Was that the longest you ever been away from the game? You know, dealt with something like that, being away?
Yeah.
And for you as well, man, now it's so much excitement with this O-line. I mean, obviously we just saw what just happened to Big V, you know, as well. You know, how will you guys help him, and just hearing that news as well, you know, about him as well?
Yeah, I don't really want to comment on that because I know Coach Campbell probably hasn't even addressed it yet, so I don't want to be the first one to address it. But, you know, I'm always thinking about Big V and care about him a lot for sure.
Okay. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, for you as well, like, what's your goal? You know, 2020, you was named a Pro Bowler. You know what I mean? You have any goals, any expectations for yourself as well this year? I mean, you already set the bar high kind of for your career a little bit already, but any goal? What's your goals for this year?
I mean, I just want to win, man. That's kind of those personal things will all come with winning. And I've set that standard for myself, and I want to maintain and go higher than that standard I've set. So I guess you can take that for what it is. But I just want to win. I just want to help this team win, and I want to win a lot of ball games.
Just for a side note, this is the last one I got for you. We're working on this piece at ESPN about Myles Garrett as well. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's never recorded a sack against you guys or the Packers in his whole career. You know,
who's that? Myles Garrett?
Yeah, Myles Garrett. I don't know if you knew that stat at all, but, you know, man, what makes him so hard to stop? I guess from your perspective of seeing him out there on the field, like, you know, I guess what is it about Myles Garrett?
One of the freakiest human beings in the world. And I think, I don't know the guy personally, but you combine that with incredible work ethic and great technique, and that's what you get. And that's why it's consistent, and that's why he's on a lot of highlight tapes a lot. Going back to Applebee's one more time before I let you go. How do you maintain your diet throughout the year, man? Like, as far as that, when you love a place like that, I mean, like, I love to eat too, but I mean, I'm not getting, you know, I don't have a job where I have to perform like that. How do you maintain your diet throughout a season? For sure. I mean, me being an offensive lineman, I can have some leniency, but definitely need to be eating healthy. So it's not like I'm having Applebee's every single night, but like, let's just say there's a Tuesday, we have a day off, and I want to go to Endless Boneless Wings. I think it's like $12.99. Go in there and go ham one day. That's a huge cheat day or relief day, and it's special. You got honey pepper, you got hot buffalo, you got honey barbecue, you got sweet Asian chili. I just like regular buffalo. I mean, that's kind of how it's not like I'm there every day, but when I get there, I enjoy it for sure. All right, man. Congrats on the season. Good luck on the season, man, and congrats on everything. And good hearing from you, man. I'll be seeing you around. Yeah, thanks, Eric. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.